You're watching WGBS News Metropolis.
And now we've actually just reached the end of the charity auction, and I'm speaking with Mr. Jim Hambrick, the owner of the Super Museum. It's nice to see you again.
Having a good time. We've been wrapping it up. We're just finished up with the auction, and I'm beat.
Don't blame you. How long did it end up lasting?
It was a marathon, another marathon. It lasted about 5 hours or so. We had a good turnout. I was really surprised because, you know, everybody goes, the economy, me. But Superman pulled us through, and everybody was happy. A lot of people went home with a lot of good stuff. And, you know, some of the highlights were the shovel that was used for the groundbreaking for the Noel Neal statue. And then her wallet, her personal purse wallet, and had some goodies in there that nobody knew about until after they bought it. So it was sort of a grab bag, a super grab bag of sorts. And then some bound 1940 Superman comics starting from #1 all the way through, I believe there are 4 different volumes, so there's quite a few comics in there. No covers, but yeah, it's proven over the last several years to be valuable and worth some money. So, and yeah, Superman. So yeah,
certainly a great time. Now,
the American way, right?
Well, of course. Now, this being the you know, as each year has different. Well, you asked me that last year, I believe. So yes, you saw me last year at the auction. Now it's really great to have it back at the Baymont, and it really is. I mean, last year was a lot of fun, but
well,
this is a great
last year, you know, really, I mean, everything was taking a dive. I mean, and this year we've got the problem too with the Gulf, and it's a sad thing. And then, of course, Nashville just had a lot of flooding going on and everything, and I think that a lot of travelers decided to go north this time around, and that was good for us, you know, in that respect. We're all, you know, our prayers are with them and everything, but so we were able to maximize the results with a lot of travelers that were really kind of unexpected coming up from the south, wanting to get away from some of the travesty and some of the problems that are taking place because of the oil spills.
Now, was there now with special guests and different events? Was there anything that you know, being from here and being a part of everything, was there anything that you were most excited about?
Well, you know, the Noel Neal statue was a big deal. We've been working on that for a long time, and that finally happened, and it looks great. And she's very proud of it. And you know, she'll tell it like it is. If she didn't like it, she'd say so. But can you imagine having a statue erected of you before you die? You know, that kind of a thing. Not to say she's going to die soon or anything, but while she's alive, she's got a statue erected. That's a living legend.
Exactly. And
it was amazing. The turnout was amazing, and I was very excited to see Ilya Salkind, because Ilya, you know, he's the one that got together with Pierre Spengler at a restaurant in France and said, let's do the Superman thing, and started writing ideas down on a napkin. And of course, later on got involved with getting Christopher Reeve to portray the part, and you know, that's a hard act to follow, because as many franchises they had, he was involved in Superman 1 through 3, and all of the things that came out and about with all that. That was really the first big superhero movie. So for Metropolis, Illinois, home of Superman, these are good waves to ride.
And yeah, and now there was something that I actually mentioned to Mr. Salkind. What percentage would you say of the people that have come? I estimated it would probably be at least half of all the people that have come or would probably first introduced to the character in a way that made them really into it from the Christopher Reeve portrayal.
Absolutely. Christopher Reeve made a lot of contributions. Of course, everybody looks at some of the things he did for paralysis and spinal cord injuries, and just amazing, a real Superman himself. So, you know, we back in '94 with Christopher Reeve, I was out painting the statue, and we had already booked Christopher Reeve to be here in June for the celebration, in April, and then he got in his accident in May. So I was up on the statue painting the face of the statue when I was listening to the radio, and while I was painting, and this came on the air, and it was just, I just couldn't believe it. You know, I just couldn't believe it. But the amount of time that he was able to, he was only supposed to live a couple of years, and according to medical and doctors, and he You know, he lived a long enough life to be able to get some things done and understand himself even better. And as a result, he ended up being, you know, the person we remember as far as fighting for the weak and oppressed. So.
That's and still, you know, speaking of Christopher Reeve, just like last year, the a portion of the proceeds is going to go to the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation.
Absolutely.
And how long has the auction been involved in that?
We've been doing things with the Reeve Foundation, for about the last 8-9 years. We're happy to be involved with that. We'll continue to do that.
Certainly. Well, I'm glad to hear everything. You're happy with everything. The auction was certainly a lot of fun. And, well, just one more day of the Superman
3
celebration.
down, 1 to go.
Yeah.
Then we start the countdown for next year. and hey, there's a lot to come. We got the costume contest tomorrow. That's going to be great. That's really turned into something in the last 4 or 5 years. And so many people in costumes this year, just amazing. And the costumes are so much, you know, it's not the store-bought stuff. I mean, these people are spending some big bucks and working really hard on these things. Beautiful, some very, very impressive costumes. Now we have bookends on Market Street in Metropolis, Illinois, and we got the Superman statue on one end, we got Lois Lane on the other. Now we got to fill in the gap, and we really plan on doing that with a Superheroes Walk of Fame. And the ideal situation there is that we found this element called kryptonite, which we're all familiar with that. But they've named this material or substance kryptonite that actually glows phosphorescent, and I mean has the strongest glow of any element they found to date on things that glow in the dark. And they're going to mix this in with the concrete as we make these diamond-shaped, like Hollywood Walk of Fame, only shaped like a diamond. And anybody that comes to the celebration that's a celebrity or contributes greatly to the continuation of making this all fly, excuse the pun, where at night the sidewalks will automatically glow green. And then the fan sites can be involved in raising money for their particular favorite celebrity guests. You know, the Smallville guests or the old series or whatever it is, the comic book writers or artists or whatever. And I think that will bring the whole aspect of Market Street as a shopping district together, because people will want to go up and down the street. You know, and once they go up and down the street, as they're walking on the sidewalk, they can look up. If they see, say, George Reeves on the sidewalk, they look into the store window, and in the store window there'll be a plaque with a bio of George Reeves. Good for the merchants.
Where can they contact you?
Look, we want to talk about this. We want to be able to share the ideas and enhance the ideas. I mean, we're on Facebook. You can go to Super Museum. One word, Super Museum, 2 words, Americana Hollywood Museum, Jim Hambrick, supermuseum.com. It's the Metropolis Super Friends on Facebook. There's all kinds of ways to get through to us, and we're not going to ignore any of the suggestions. I mean, we need all the help we can get.
If you're lacing the street with the kryptonite, hopefully your contractor's not LexCorp. Anyway.
Well, as a matter of fact, no.
For anyone who's interested, please go on Facebook, check those out. You can send us a message as well, and we'll pass it along. And I think it's a great thing.
Up and away.
This is Clark Kent, WGBS-TV News, signing off.
The WGBS News is brought to you by Big Belly Burger, Soda Cola, The Daily Planet, and the Superman homepage. You've been watching WGBS-TV. This concludes our broadcast day.